Welcome. Today, we're going to map out the exact path to becoming a certified plant mechanic right here in the Philippines. So if you're ready to put in the work and get a certification that really opens doors, you've come to the right place. Let's dive right in.
So, are you looking to become an officially licensed and recognized mechanic? We're going to build a complete step-by-step roadmap for you to become a certified plant mechanic, or CPM for short. Think of this as your personal guide taking you all the way from the classroom to the plant floor.
All right, first things first. Why even go through all the effort? Let's break down what this certification actually means and why it's a total game changer for your career in the mechanical trades. So, what exactly is a CPM? Well, to put it simply, you become the licensed expert who's in charge of keeping major mechanical plants up and running. And we're talking about some serious facilities, ones with a capacity between 100 and 300 kilowatts. This isn't just some title, you know. It's a professional license that proves you have the skills to handle the machinery that powers entire industries.
And with this license, you suddenly become a very sought-after professional. You're now qualified for these super important roles like heavy equipment mechanic, maintenance technician, and you can even climb the ladder to leadership positions like chief mechanic. I mean, these are the jobs that literally keep construction, manufacturing, and transportation moving.
Okay, so you're in. You're ready to get this done. The next logical step is the application process. This is where you get all your ducks in a row before you can move forward.
Before you even start filling out forms, you have to meet the core requirements set by the Professional Regulation Commission, or PRC. There are three big ones. First, you've got to be a Filipino citizen. Second, you need a diploma from at least a 2-year course at a recognized trade school. And third, and this one is super important, you need at least 1 full year of real-world, hands-on experience. Now for everyone's favorite part, the paperwork. You're going to need to gather a few key documents. You'll need your PSA birth certificate, a valid NBI clearance, and your official transcript of records. Now for the transcript, make absolutely sure it has that specific note on it for board examination purposes. And finally, you'll need that all-important certificate of experience.
Let's just zoom in on that certificate of experience for a second, because this document is absolutely crucial. This is your official proof of that 1 year of work. It has to spell out your job duties, be signed by your boss, and, here's the key part, it must be notarized. That's the step that turns it into a legal document verifying your professional experience. Don't skip it.
Okay, application accepted. You've cleared the first hurdle. Awesome. Now your focus needs to shift to the main event, the licensure exam itself. So, let's break down exactly what you'll be facing.
The entire exam is built around 3 core subjects. That's it. Just 3 distinct areas where you'll need to prove you know your stuff.
And to pass, the magic number is a general average of 70%. But there's a little catch. You can't get a grade lower than 50% in any single subject. So you can't just ace one and bomb another. You have to be pretty consistent across all 3.
Now, what's really fascinating here is how the exam is broken down. It is heavily weighted toward practical, on-the-job knowledge. Industrial plant machinery and shop machinery practice together make up a whopping 70% of your total score. What does that tell you? It tells you that the PRC values hands-on expertise. They want to certify mechanics who can actually apply what they know in a real plant.
You've studied, you're prepared, and the day is finally here. But you know, acing the exam isn't just about knowing the material. It's also about successfully navigating the day itself. So let's talk strategy.
This shows you pretty clearly what should and should not be in your bag. You absolutely have to bring your notice of admission, your official receipt, pencils, and a basic non-programmable calculator. And leave everything else at home. I'm serious. No programmable calculators, no smartwatches, no phones, and definitely no books or notes. They are very strict about this.
And how you act on exam day is just as important. Be early. And I mean early. They recommend you get there before 5:30 in the morning. Dress the part, wear a white polo shirt with a collar, just follow all the rules. Stay focused, and don't forget your documents. Trust me, a smooth, stress-free day starts by just following these simple do's and don'ts. You did it. You passed the exam, you took the oath, and now you have your license in hand. So what does your future actually look like as a brand new certified plant mechanic?
This quote, which we pulled directly from a real job posting, says it all. As a CPM, you are the trusted professional who's responsible for keeping incredibly expensive, powerful equipment running safely and efficiently. Employers are looking for that exact skill set, and your license is the proof that you have it.
And that kind of responsibility, well, it comes with real rewards. If you look at job listings, the salary for CPMs and related jobs usually falls somewhere in this range, from 20 to 30,000 pesos a month, and often even more as you gain experience. Your certification is a direct investment in your earning potential.
So there you have it. We've laid out the entire map for you, the requirements, the exam, and the career that's waiting. The journey from being an aspiring technician to a licensed certified plant mechanic is a challenge for sure, but it's a clear and achievable one. The only question left is, what's your first step going to be?
Get free CPM practice tests. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code to start practicing today.